Damn.
Alright folks, this is it. This came a couple of days ago. This bad boy arrived. We will put it through its paces. We'll do initial testing before we make a review. But for now, this is what you see unboxed. And a few things. The thermometer didn't come with a battery. So it is an auto stop from what I can tell. There's a set gauge over here, and well, look at that. So I added battery to the thermometer, and well, it's saying that it's high. We didn't even run it. It's empty. And another thing to note is that this thermometer, look where it's at. Okay, so it's just hanging there, and after some inspection, if it's similar to the yong heng that you'll see there, we got three of them, three yong hengs, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one of them is in use. If we're guessing just like how the yong heng is placed, it's going to be just like this yong heng, similar build. They just made a twin. They made it just like how I predicted the next model would come out. Is now they made a twin version of it. I was going to modify two of my yong hengs up there to do exactly the same thing. Of course, maintenance wise wouldn't apply. So again, this was a prediction and it looks like it happened, so that's why I got it. And well, you can tell that it's already typical of some of the things you can expect. 77 degrees. It's in Fahrenheit, so that's good. But the problem is it says high. It's not even running. It's not even hooked up. So if we have to guess where it goes, looks like there's no hole there. I think I see it right there. So if I were to guess, it'd go right there. And I'm not sure. This looks like maybe a auto bleed valve. There is a foam here that to protect it during shipping. So we'll remove that before running it, obviously, because if it gets hot, it'll start melting that foam. And it does ship with some shipping oil or shipping lubricant. So we'll be removing, completely draining that before we put in a proper oil for it. But you know, honestly, I'm not sure what that is. If maybe we'll put some sort of hose down there later to if that's a auto drain valve that I'm guessing, then we'll probably hook up a hose, a little bit of a hose, so that it doesn't drip over here, or you know, spew out, to control the spray a little bit when it does engage. But aside from that, not bad. This looks like so we tightened it down some. We got a few tools here, so we went over it just to make sure that it's everything's buttoned up. What we did notice also is this, the cable, one of them was actually connected, so good thing it was only one that was connected, which is this guy. So good thing they at least matched the color coding between the butt connectors. So that's not bad. Fairly decent. The battery was not installed for the gauge here. The thermal gauge, the battery wasn't installed, so luckily, and it doesn't come with it, luckily we have spare. So it comes with two short hoses here. It comes with the pump and the cable. Let's see where it goes. I think it goes, yep, right here. So it hooks up right here, the power cable. Okay, it's 110 rated, so it's good. The manual is lacking. I mean, very simple, but we'll sort it out. It's enough, it's sufficient, but you know, so for those of you, so that's that. That's all there is to it with the manual. Okay, literally it. I mean, not much to it. It does come with some sort of filter similar to those of the Yong heng, but let me open up this guy, and some O-rings. Okay, so it comes with a small little filter, and we'd have to replace what came with it and shipping with this breather type oil cap, and this is the connector. It comes with a really but now how do you connect, right? Oh, there it is. So there's one that looks like that might do. Let me open it up. Okay, so there it is, but well, now what? Obviously, if you were to connect it to here, you would utilize this, but guess what? There's no male. So and this guy is just a plug. Okay, but this guy obviously it's not gonna do it, because now how do you connect that to this? Okay, and then this end obviously does not match with this. Okay, so we'll figure it out, but apparently it's lacking. But that's the they gave some stickers for us, so good on that. That's a plus. But yeah, we'll see. We'll compare some sound, as far as it's supposed to be quieter, but I'm guessing it's only going to be as quiet because of these rubber foot to sort of eliminate some of that vibration, to make it quiet. But I can tell you, originally it said completely silent. I doubt it's going to be silent, but we shall see. Alright, so I think we're set. We decided not to use the original or the pump that came with the compressor. We're using a high power one, a better high rate flow, a better flow. So we're gonna use our dB meter here and just take it through its paces, and we decided not to use this because it's missing. We'll have to ask, there's obviously a missing coupler or fitting that's supposed to go right here, so we're not gonna use the that filter as well. We are going to use this configuration right here. Okay, so that's better suited anyway. That has the cigarette filter, as well as the water trap type beads. And here we're just a little bit over 25 bar, so maybe we're about 27 bar or 28 bar. It's hard to tell, but so we're just gonna take it to see how quick it'll fill up. The gauge is now set for what looks like 4200. Okay, so yep, we'll take it to about 40. I don't know what is this, 40, yeah, about 40, about 42. Yep, so 42. It's set to about 42. Of course, the gauge is faulty because it hasn't even ran yet, and it's saying high already. So I'll have to contact the person that I've been working with. She's been great, or he. I'm not even sure. Can't remember the name, but we'll sort it out. There is a little bit of some minor damage. Hard to tell by this, but it's probably from moving it about. There's a little bit of dent, but it's very minor. A few scratches here and there on the frame, but that's minor too. Don't really care for that, these things. So on the other side is worse, but it's okay. As long as it works and it does its job, we're not too thing there. So we are set just a little bit there. Okay, so we're good there. But of course it's dry, so once the thing starts running, that will get sorted properly where it really needs to be. Actually, it's pretty good where it's at now, right in the middle. But once it starts running and then it'll the lubricants travel to all the areas that it needs to be, then you let it sit a while. Once it settles, it should be perfect. But right now it is where it's supposed to be, about the middle. Okay, so let's see here. So this switch, I'm guessing, it's hard to tell because it doesn't, let's look what that switch is. Power switch, pressure gauge. So pressure gauge, power switch, it doesn't mention what that other switch is for. I'm guessing that's for the auto. Let's trace it. Okay, yep. The way it's wired, yep, it's for the auto. So we'll just set that to on. We'll turn that on first. Again, the manual is a little bit lacking, but that's okay. That was expected. We knew that going in, and now we're gonna turn this bad boy. With my voice and everything is 668, so I'm pretty close to it. And with my fountain running, there's my Rottweiler. So we're just gonna leave that guy there. Okay. And we're gonna turn it on. And that gauge is off. And because of the rubber, okay, it moves. Okay. So it is quiet. It is quiet. Definitely a significant difference from the loudness, but the gauge is off. Definitely the gauge is off, so we'll have to compensate for that via the adjuster. But hey, you know what, it's quiet. so it shut off. It automatically shut off, so it has reached that threshold of 4,000. The gauge apparently is not working because it is hooked up, and that is not even accurate. I know that gauge is fairly accurate. Okay, this is off. There is no way that this thing is 4,000 PSI. Okay, so well, that's that for you, but it is quiet. So this gauge was set to stop at approximately 4,200, okay, PSI. This gauge is also off. You can see that it's turned off. This is the yong heng. It's turned off, but see where the gauge is at currently. So to compensate for that, we set it there, okay, but it stops where this is good. Okay, so we'll sort that out and we'll connect and stop the clip here and restart it and see how loud this one is. This will top it off to the rest of the way, and but just a comparison. We won't wait until it fills up, but obviously this guy is faulty, that guy is faulty, missing connectors or fittings, so there goes that. But hey, it arrived fairly decent. Okay, and there's some dents that I mentioned earlier. Okay, not bad, it's okay, minor, but we'll cut the clip here and hook it up. All right, hook up the yong heng and see sound comparison. All right, so we got the yong heng all sorted out. We can see here that the gauge is about the same distance, and we'll turn it on. Of course, we made modification to the yong heng that quieted it down some. We'll explain how we did that maybe in another video, but here we go. Let's turn it on, and we're set to yeah, about there. Okay. Okay, so after that first initial run, we wanted to see if that actually works, this auto purge valve, if it actually works. Apparently a lot of things don't work properly. That's been the same, and so we set this mark a little higher, just to compensate, because obviously it's not even close. Okay, so now we set it to about 5,000, because obviously this gauge is wrong. And now we plugged it in, but here's what's happening. Okay, so we turn the auto purge valve on, and we turn this on, and well, guess what? Nothing. So we'll have to look at that. Or is it a faulty relay, or what's happening? Obviously it is it's not working. Don't know what's going on. We got power, obviously you can see that light is on there, so definitely something is odd, and I don't see any sort of reset or relay of sort. So that's just that. Okay, well, I don't know, the manual doesn't indicate anything. I'll definitely have to troubleshoot this on my own. Good thing I'm a electronics tech, I can figure it out. We'll see where the problem is. Okay, so that's that. It's faulty. A little bit disappointed. Looks like it went to the shutoff of the set bar at originally at you know, about 4200 PSI, which was right there, right? And it just shut off, and this didn't even move. You know, it does. It's not, the pressure isn't constant, unlike the yong heng. The yong heng seems to be more efficient, and you know, yes, it's louder, but the yong heng seems to be more efficient because it doesn't bounce this gauge. It seems to be a steady, constant flow. This seems to be inefficient. It bounces that gauge, so it's like something is not cycling properly, and the valve is not closing properly, so it's not, you don't get that constant flow. Or I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's weaker, maybe that's why it's quieter too. I'm not sure, but definitely you folks could see that gauge while I was trying to fill it that very first run. It was bouncing like crazy, whereas the yong heng is a constant flow. This one though, well, it's not running anymore, so there goes that. All right, so well, that's first impressions for you. First testing. It is quiet, significantly quieter, but that's about it. Okay, so we'll update you folks, let you know how it goes. Apparently this won't be able to top off my bottle. I'll go back to the yong heng and top it off.
People on YouTube, you call me a homo, but you think I stand by this? Well, that shit is a no-go. You're all coming one, because what